on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of CryptoZombie. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having an excellent day today. Ethereum is taking the spotlight today, up almost 6%. Ethereum breaking a new all-time high. Now, we have seen Dogecoin pull back after the excitement. A lot of the altcoins seeing some red today. Bitcoin still struggling, but in today's video, we need to talk about something very, very important. Now, Bitcoin has fallen down. We have done some consolidation. We did have another lower low put in, so we are having the bears come out of hibernation saying Bitcoin is destined for another nuke. However, there is something in the charts right now that we actually saw happen right before Bitcoin broke the $10,000 level last year and absolutely skyrocketed, and it looks like it could be happening again. And if this is the case, we are going to see a massive move for Bitcoin very, very soon. I want to go over the exact targets if you are looking to trade this, and also discuss how this could potentially affect the altcoins as well. So if that sounds good to you, that's what we're going to talk about today. Super quick video. Hope you guys are having an amazing day. If you're not subscribed to the CryptoZombie channel, definitely check it out. And also just letting you guys know, next week, I'm not going to be able to make videos for the entire second half of the week. So if you want, make sure that you head over to Twitter and follow me at the CryptoZombie. And I will be doing a lot of updates over there, just in case you guys, don't see me posting videos next week. So I just wanted to kind of point that out for everybody that does follow. Now, obviously, don't get scared by this chart. We do have a lot of different levels that we have been looking at, both on our diagonals as well as our horizontals. And you can see that we did, in fact, come down and touch the blue box territory. So we're kind of struggling between these two areas, right? We have this high right here where we hit 65,000 and the $50,000 level. And it is quite a big range. It is chopping some people up right now. They are a little bit worried. However, we do need to talk about something that is happening right now in the chart. Now, you may be looking at this saying, well, we've pretty much reached the last point of no return, right? If we fall any lower, we're definitely going to start changing the direction of this flow. You can see right here, Bitcoin actually struggled to get above this resistance. It was flip support. We had another huge support right here. And it does look like after going through all of this upwards wedge, we did fall out of it as we were expecting. But look at this. We've had two touches on this bottom level. So this is showing that regardless of even having this pullback, Bitcoin is still maintaining its structure. Now, Nebraskan Gunnar had pointed out trying to build a support base here, Bitcoin, right? Low time frame bullish scenario to look out for. So we are looking for a potential break. Now, interestingly enough, I do want to give a shout out to Bit Harrington. We have talked about the bump and run reversal bottoms before, and he was saying that this does look exactly like this chart that Nebraskan Gunnar had pointed out. Now, I just want to point out that that is on a little bit lower time frame. If we were to look at the bigger time frame, we'll go with 4 hour. That's one of my favorite time frames to use. I still believe that we at least need to come up to here and retest this level, which actually is telling me right now, not financial advice, that this down here could be an excellent area to put in a Bitcoin long, and I would be looking to potentially take maybe short-term profits, even just half off the table right here at this level. And that level today is right around the $57,700 level, okay? And if you guys don't know how to do this, you can check out my tutorial on Bybit. It is popping up above, and don't forget, lots of bonuses below. Make sure you check the link in the description if you are interested in those. So what I would be looking for essentially, if we were to follow something like this bump and run reversal, is I would expect us to come up here, probably dance around this area, maybe flip above it. A lot of people say, oh no, we're losing it. And then I would expect the massive blast off. And that is exactly what I have my eyes on. And that is exactly what I think is going to be happening. Now, if you want to see something even more incredible, a crazy coincidence, Il Capel of Noia pointed out that this is really nuts, by the way. If you actually take this chart, and this is back from the NASDAQ, you can see this is from 1992 to 1995. Now, obviously, it's just a fractal, but people do love their fractals, and you got to admit, sometimes they play out. So you could see that it had, sort of this triple top, massive sell-off, massive sell-off, massive sell-off. It had a lot of accumulation down here the third time. It did put in the bump and run reversal right here, And boom, it actually took off. And interestingly enough, if we come and look at what Bitcoin is doing right now, does it not look like it's actually doing that exact same thing, looking for that break? I mean, these two charts are pretty uncanny to actually look at them. And he also put the second one here where he said, don't forget. And like I said, he pointed to this accumulation level right here in the NASDAQ. This was in June of 1994. And, look at what Bitcoin is literally doing right now. We're actually doing the exact same thing. So I'm not saying that this is going to play out, but what I do think is that there's definitely a lot of FUD out there to try to take your Bitcoin from you. You can see right here, like William Clemente pointed out, 50,000 new Bitcoin entities on the blockchain a day, and people are still bearish. These are a lot of new entrants into the space, and if you don't think this is legitimate money, Grayscale Investment Funds had another mind-blowing amount of cryptocurrencies added in just the past 24 hours. $0.9 billion. Almost $1 billion in digital assets in 24 hours. As of April 21st, the company holds 45.8 billion worth of Bitcoin and other cryptos. It's also worth noting, though, that they have been increasing their altcoin exposure. So we will touch a little bit more on that later. But we have seen, the guy Scott Menard from Guggenheim saying Bitcoin's going to go down to 20K. JP Morgan sounding the urgent alarm on Bitcoin price momentum, saying that, that this dip won't be bought up this time. Where have we seen this before? Obviously, they know they can't use the ban, FUD anymore. They know that it's going to get accepted. They see that it is a store of value. So now they're going to manipulate the short-term price swings. But I guarantee you, if you are panic selling at these levels, even if we were to go down to that $43,000 level that I spoke about in a few videos ago, which would still be bullish. Actually, it would be amazing. A lot of people would probably panic sell. But you know who they're probably going to sell to? JP Morgan and Guggenheim and all these other guys trying to FUD it, because every single time we've taken a dip during this entire bull run, somebody comes out and says that they just put a ton of Bitcoin on their balance sheet. So don't fall for this FUD, guys. Like Timothy Peterson pointed out, Bitcoin will probably reach $10 million a coin in our lifetime. This puts stated Bitcoin reserves at almost 2x current global bond market. This is one reason why you're seeing an increased pushback by governments and banks. They're obviously worried. They're scared. They know it's inevitable. And if you guys don't know what the Lindy effect is, Google the Lindy effect. And essentially, the longer something has been in play or it's been around, the most likely it will be around again for the same or longer. For example, Bitcoin has been around for 12 years. There's a good chance that it'll still be around for another 12 years. I mean, people that say, oh, it's just a fad. Guys, fads don't last 12 years. I mean, I can look at the decades growing up, right? You think about them, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, right? Those were all chunks of just 10 years, and we can pretty much put them into their own categories, right? You go to an 80s party, you go to a 90s party. Bitcoin's now been around for 12 years, okay? Fads don't last over a decade, right? And you can see right here, there is something that we do need to talk about, though. And I'm honestly just warning everybody, there is going to be a huge shift right now, and it could be for the altcoins, but it also could be for Bitcoin or for both. But let me show you what I'm talking about. I guess then all for crypto, right? For all of crypto kind. So right here, here's the thing. So look, a lot of people saying, oh my goodness, we're entering alt season, okay? We've gone from a 73% Bitcoin dominance here, okay, all the way down to a 50.8 dominance. Now, keep in mind, we haven't seen levels this low in 3 years. If Bitcoin falls below this level, we would definitely be putting in some historically low Bitcoin dominance. Now, even though we've had Bitcoin price fall, we've still seen the altcoins and Bitcoin combined have an over $2 trillion market cap, right? Which at a 50% dominance puts Bitcoin at exactly $1 trillion. Now, I am anticipating the potential of a massive alt season, but I just want to give one warning, and I'm going to be straight up. I don't know. I'm not an expert. I'm not a professional. I'm just a guy on the internet. But I will say, if Bitcoin does start to have a recovery and it is a major bounce back and we start to see this Bitcoin dominance really start going the other way, I think the altcoins are going to suffer immensely, okay? And I'm just saying that. I think if Bitcoin starts coming back up here, we're going to see a lot of the money that got made in all these crazy like Safe Moon, Ponzi type things run into Bitcoin, okay? But, and hear me out, on the flip side, if Bitcoin gets below this 50% level, and I'm going to say right around 49.7, which is right here where we had this resistance when we had crazy AltSeason back in 2018, then I would say, my friends, we are probably about to go on the craziest alt season you have ever seen in your life, which is why I say, if you are anticipating on this type of move for altcoins, it wouldn't be a bad idea to diversify a small percentage, okay, into some of these speculative altcoins. Going all in is crazy because if Bitcoin does decide that its dominance wants to come back up here, somewhere to this like 65% level, then altcoins are going to absolutely bleed over the next month or two. But if the flip side happens, you could be seeing these 100x, 200x altcoin gains. So a very small amount of capital could go a very long way. So that's the safer way to play it. It's your money. Do what you want. I have allocated into some of these smaller altcoins. I mean, just for example alone, the Binance altcoins, BSC chain, have been going absolutely insane, which is why I told you guys that, Pancake, okay, which is just a fraction of what Uniswap is, could be a good coin to hold. We've seen Uniswap hitting new highs, and that was a free airdrop, right? So just keep your eyes on the Binance ecosystem. As of April 21st, the decentralized exchange PancakeSwap has actually surpassed the entire Ethereum network for transactions in just the past 24 hours. BSC Scan also reported that the blockchain has reached a record of 9 million transactions per day. The same chart on Ethereum on Etherscan for Ethereum shows a record as well, but just 1.5 million per day. The report attributed some of the momentum to SafeMoon, which, as you can see, is down another 31%, guys. It's obviously a Ponzi scheme. If you want to gamble on this, have fun. I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole, but have fun. I mean, do what you want. I can't make you not trade it. I just think that this is not the kind of thing that you want to invest in long term, but have fun with it. You could probably make some money off of it. So anyway, as of April 20th, PancakeSwap did respond to the complaints about failed transactions. They actually responded, no, PancakeSwap isn't slow. BSC is just overloaded right now. So kind of interesting that we are even seeing now, Binance, even though the BSC chain does have much lower fees, we're still seeing that congestion. So seems like that's just an issue in general when it comes to cryptocurrencies. But as I said, a lot of these things out there, they are speculative. People are aping into these random shit coins that are being promoted on TikTok. And yeah, some people are able to make, gains, but you got to be smart. And you have to know when to sell. You have to know when to get out, because these are not coins that people are looking to hodl for the long run. They're looking for quick gains. They're looking for quick flips. These are not sustainable runs. And this is why in yesterday's video, I explained to you that it is a good idea to look into these platforms that actually vet them out, right? We've seen PokeStarter do quite well, TrustSwap as well. And crazy enough, Polka Foundry, which we've spoke about on the channel, they've actually done quite well for themselves. They're now introducing Redkite. So they're obviously saying two of the notable reasons why solid projects fail were poor marketing and lack of investors' interest due to fear of scams. So Redkite Launchpad solves both of these problems by offering new ways to raise capital. So they're supported by a network of tier 1 marketing partners, top influencers, and communities to help the project soar. The crypto projects go through a robust vetting process, and they're handpicked to protect investors' interests. So it is part of the Polka Foundry ecosystem and uses the platform's native PKF token as utility. So I'm just saying, keep your eyes on this, because we saw what the POLS token did for PokeStarter. So if the PKF token is going to be used as the utility token, then you would need this to join Redkite platform and participate in token sales, etc. So definitely keep your eyes on the PKF token, Polka Foundry ecosystem, but also Redkite, which is, a place where you're going to expect a lot higher tier cryptos. Yes, you can make money trading these shit coins, but you better be good at buying and selling and knowing when to take profits, because if not, you're going to want to definitely invest in these longer term projects that are actually looking to solve real world problems. For example, Neos Finance, they're a new DeFi lending protocol for real world assets. And you might be saying to yourself, well, don't we have a lot of these things that allow you to lend, borrow, stake, and mine? Yes, we do. But there is something interesting about these guys. First of all, they say their mission is to create a true, transparent system where real-world assets are financed through DeFi innovations. And obviously, you can see right here by this list of investors that something is definitely of interest to them. Obviously, we have our buddies Morningstar is on here, GBIC, Lemniscap as well. And so just going into outside of just the investors over here, Hotbit also invested in these guys. But so what exactly are these guys doing? So it says that Neos Finance facilitates DeFi lenders and SME borrowers to allow both parties to interact in a permissionless manner on the blockchain. They say we enable the origination and funding of loans without traditional intermediaries. Neos Finance provides lenders with stable and reoccurring income streams while also connecting the on-chain world with the much bigger off-chain opportunities. This is like one of the things that I do think we need for cryptocurrencies, for DeFi, to actually have the ability to really connect with off-chain, but not just off-chain, real-world assets. Ultimately, their goal is to fully automate the tokenization of real-world assets and make them available as part of their lending. Now, interestingly enough, check this out. The real-world assets that they are onboarding to the chain include corporate debt, supply chain financing, and inventory financing, as well as many other types. The organizations that they are planning to work with are either publicly traded companies with healthy balance sheets or private institutions who have been in business for decades and hold sterling track records of 0% default on their loans. This presents a very appetizing scenario for crypto investors who are looking to diversify their crypto holdings. So Neos is working together with these institutions to make their loan requests available through their ecosystem, which is going to be called Galaxy, in order for lenders to generate stable and consistent yields. And you could see, as I said, corporate loans, accounts receivable, warehouse receipts, invoices. These are all things that is, the real world, that happens in the real world. I mean, like, essentially, one of the reasons that I was drawn really to oracles in general, which is a side note, is I loved the idea of taking the real world assets and actually allowing them, or oracles, real world data, I should say, to interact with the blockchain. So first we have data interacting with Ethereum or whatever base layer protocol through an oracle, and now we have actual real world assets interacting with the blockchain. So this is why I say, sure, you can invest in, I think another project called Cummies apparently did well. Not too sure what that's all about, but I did want to bring this up to you guys because obviously they are on PokeStarter, which has a very good track record of legit projects, and the whitelist is open until the 25th, and it is open today. So check that out. And also, Convergence Finance released their second deep dive, which I do recommend you check out. I'm not going to go into all this. It's very long. You can follow them at Convergence Finance, over on Twitter. And yeah, I highly think you should check this out. They discuss NFTs, fractionalization, how Convergence demonstrated private investment for the public. Really interesting if you guys are into NFTs and things like that. But that is it for me today. So thank you so much for coming back to the channel. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know, what are you guys doing? Are you panic selling? Are you buying the Bitcoin dip? Are you aping into shit coins? Are you looking to invest in some of these, launchpad projects, which I do think are a lot safer? And obviously, if you're able to get whitelisted and get in at the very, early stages, it's definitely a lot safer than aping into something that's, obviously some kind of Ponzi that's pumped over 1,000%, and you're going to try to squeeze the last 2x out of it, right? So that is it for me today, guys. Like I said, definitely check out Bybit if you haven't yet. Also, don't forget they have 15% APY. So if you're not trading and you want to just earn 15%, you could do that over there as well. And also, if you guys haven't checked out these videos popping up right here, right now, check them out. And until next time, stay crypto. And of course, peace out.